Habakkuk begins to lament God. How long, O Lord, shall I cry for help and you will not listen? In other words, are you even there, God? Do you see what's happening? How long, the prophet said, must I beg for your help before you listen? You've thought the same thing, right? As I mentioned in the threshold moment when we were standing on that makeshift stage in front of the Dr. Phillips Center on June the 13th, 2016, and they started ringing those blessed bells, one for each of the 49 lives lost at Pulse the day before. Around the midpoint of those bells, I lost count of how many bells it was. I cried out my lament, how long does it take? Longer, by the way, than it took for that man to kill our friends with an assault rifle. Habakkuk continued, how long do I cry out violence and you will not save? How long, y'all, will we pretend it's still not the guns? When we yell to you, God, and declare violence is all around us and you do nothing to save those of us in distress, but we won't give up what's causing the violence. Why, the prophet continued his lament, why do you make me look at wrongdoing and see all this trouble? Why must I stare it in the face day after day? Why must I see evil doing and why are my eyes fixed on the wrong? Like that train wreck you just can't look away from. How long, he says, must I watch such terrible injustices? Why must I keep watching our democracy disintegrate daily before our very eyes? And unlike Job, Habakkuk had not experienced the pain. He simply was witness to that pain, and that caused even great distress. Habakkuk continues, destruction and violence are before me. Anarchy, quarrels, and bitter arguments arise on the ready that seek to separate people into us versus them, often created by religious hate. And then wars break out all over the place. Gaza, Ukraine, Iran, just to name a few today. Strife and contention arise. Law and order fall to pieces, mostly ineffective and often ignored. Justice is rarely upheld, and it's just a joke at this point. Justice always seems to be the loser when the wicked surround the righteous, when evil crowds out the honest folk, and therefore the prophet says, justice comes forth perverted.